Hello everyone, welcome to the channel. Welcome if you're new. I'm Stacy and today we are going to be doing World Watercolor Month day 26 and the prompt was Belle. So I'm going to be painting, I'm going to move this guy, actually it's fine up there. The prompt was Belle, so we're going to be painting a little church on a hillside with a really pretty background, with a sunny blue sky background today. I'm really feeling it. So just go ahead and spritz my sky and my ground. And as usual, I have out my core watercolors, these little palettes, and my Kuretake Gansai Tambi paints are off to the side if I need them. We are going to go ahead and just get painting. These are meant to be, the World Watercolor Month ones are meant to be super short, just fun practices to get me moving and get me painting for the day. I have drawn this out with a watercolor pencil, which is gray, kind of seeping in a bit, but we're just gonna roll with it. Should we use this blue? This blue is phthalo blue green shade. And we can just drop it in like so. Across the top of that sky. Maybe a touch of ultramarine to across the top there. To give it a little depth. Yeah, I like that. Just a bit. And just leave it like that. Let the paint do the work for you. It created some really pretty clouds, some really nice shapes. A little more depth in your sky. Just drop it in like that. And if you do want your clouds to be a bit more prominent, you just take a paper towel, like we're about to do, and you can gently blot out. You don't want to get all of it and make it all pure white, but gently blot out some of the bleed like that. Just make it a little wispies up here like that. We're going to put trees in here, so we don't want to get too carried away. And there. And then this is going to be hillside down here, so we can go ahead and blot most of that up. There. Like that. And that is our sky. Super simple, nothing dramatic or crazy. The trick with watercolor, I've discovered over many failed attempts at trying to paint a simple sky like this, is to stop. Just let it be and let it dry. And then once it's dry, if you want to, you can come back and fuss a little bit. But I found overall that my skies look much more realistic and dramatic and beautiful and fresh if you just put the paint down and don't fuss. Okay? So next I'm going to do a little bit of sap green. A little bit of sap green. This is core watercolors too, by the way, which is why they flow so nicely on the page. And I'm going to do a touch of the nickel azo yellow next to it to make that blend, that sap to yellow green blend that I like. You can also use this one, which is green gold, which has a little bit of a golden feel to it. Isn't that pretty? And we're going to go in and just going to wet where I want my hills to be. I'm going to go ahead and just wet the whole area down here because I'm going to let the paint do the work for me. Just that green gold up on the uppermost hills over there. Let it be down here as well. And then take that sap green and kind of plop it in. Once again, letting the paint do the work for you. Let it mix on the page. Let it dance around. Get some spots of pure color. Like that. And come in with some, maybe, what is this? This is Viridian, which is more of a blue-green, and mix some of that yellow in there, and put that down here. On this side, which is a little more in shadow. And you see me purposely working around the little pathway. Yeah, a little bit of sap. That. Okay, I'm gonna let that dry. Just kind of let it be and let it dry. Go ahead and pick up some of that right there. I want that to be more gold than the other color. Yeah, I like that. That green gold. Get up here. Do a little bit of hedgerow. Some vegetation along the horizon. Just for some interest, right? Alright, I'm going to leave that alone. And then I'm going to take a clean dry brush and I'm just going to scrape it along where my path is supposed to be. Disappears behind the hillside right here. And then it picks back up over here, coming up over that bluff, like that. And just drag a clean brush and scoop up just a little bit. Doesn't need to be a lot. Just scoop her up. Like that. There we go. I think that's a pretty effective little field so far. Alright, now comes our sky, nice and dry. Well, for the most part. I think I'd like to take a heat tool to it just to be on the safe side. Because we're going to put green trees on top of our blue sky. And we don't want them to mix together too much, right? Okay, so now I'm going to pick up all these little puddles along the edge. That. And this dried a little matte, right? But I kind of like the way that looks, so I'm going to leave it alone for now. And next is our trees using these same colors, just not too wet. We don't want it to be too wet. So this is my green gold. And I'm going to take sap green and put that here. And let them move around on the palette and mix together. Dry up our brush. Pick up some paint. And I want some fluffy, brightly lit trees. So I'm just tapping. Drop in some puddles and then side of the brush and just overlap my taps. Change the direction. Don't be afraid to change the direction of your brush. Dry it if you want to. Splay those bristles to get more textures in your trees. Like that. More little textures, details. Peeking and poking up from the sides and whatnot. Okay, and then we're going to put another one over here. Kind of rolling off the side of the page. I'm going to splay my brush again, purposely, and then kind of tap, 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 like that. And they just kind of go off the side, and then drop in some bits of dark here and there, and just let it bleed out. Don't worry about it. Let it be. Okay, now I'm going to come over here and put in another couple big trees right through here. They're kind of blending together. I'm going to splay my brush and get some different textures going on. Let them be a little wild. Drop in some yellow maybe. Just bits of yellow for shine. For that added sparkle. Because it is a bright, bright day. Okay. Grab some more green gold. Drop that down. Let it be. These are far away, so you're not going to see lots of details. Right? You're going to see mostly blobs, just blobs of color. There we go. Like that. Oh yeah, that's pretty. Little extra blobs of green gold. Maybe just a teensy touch of sap down here where it's touching the church, and things are a little more close together and a little more in shadow. Okay, next is our church, which I think I got a little bit of blue on our church, which was unintended. So I'm just going to wiggle a wet brush around on it. Find a clean piece of paper towel and push down and blot that up. Okay? And now I'd like my church to be a nice vibrant yellow. So I'm going to go in my Kuretake Gansai Tambi colors because they're much more opaque. And I'm going to get my yellow that I have over here. Let's see if I can pop it out, if it's going to fuss with me. This is Aureolian. It's a little dirty, but it's very pretty color. And we're going to come in and just drop in, trying to avoid my little white trim on the corners of the building, and just paint the rest yellow like that, in little squares, little panels like that. Super simple painting, very effective, fun practice like that. And come over here, and I'm not going to mind the color pencil mixing in because this side's more in shadow. That side, whole side right there is in shadow, deep shadow. We'll do that. So there's our yellow church, and then I'm going to put kind of a color do I want to do? Maybe, what is this one? Oh yeah, that's pretty. What color are you? This color is maroon. So we're going to use maroon for the top of our church. Once again, drawn in watercolor pencils, so I'm not minding my watercolor pencil bleeding in as I go because it's giving it that little bit in shadow look. And then get this roof in gently. Like that. There's our roof line disappearing behind the tree. Like that. And maybe just pull this down a bit. Let it look more in shadow. Okay. And then I'm going to take a soft pink because I like this pink so much. And I'm going to drop it in where there are little bright bits of highlights, like our steeple right there. Just let it play on the page a little bit. I feel like that adds a little bit of sunshine right there. And then my door, I'm going to paint this same color, my little doorway down here. Let's dry off our brush a bit. Let that shadow right there be. Grab some of our maroon and drop that in as well. And there's our door and our step. Okay? Now, we have our other windows in the church as well, but I don't want to do them in black. So are we going to do them in the maroon? I think so. Maybe maroon mixed with a little bit of blue. That'll give us a little kind of dark purpley color. Let's move this guy out of the way. I think it gives us a dark shadowy, like purpley color. And we can come in and shadow this side over here, like that. And this side is a bit in shadow as well, but not as dark, so just a little grazing over the page. And then get a point, spin your brush, get a nice point, and come in and drop in little little dark spots for your windows. Like that. Just touching the page gently until it drops enough color that you're satisfied with how it looks. Like that. Another little one there. And a little one there. Good. And there's our little church. Alright. We also have this side, which is a little on the shadow side. So I'm going to glaze over that. Just a little skimming of green to kind of tone it down. Mix the blue with the yellow, just a touch of it. And skim down that side. Give it a little shadow. Okay. And then, what else? Oh, our tree trunks. Probably should give our trees tree trunks. I mean, maybe. A little bit of brown mixed in with this. Touch of yellow, touch of blue. Make a little muddy color. Okay. And come in and throw in a few tree trunks. Like that. One over here. One there. Come over here and get one in here. And one here, and another little one there. There's our trees. And you can make them darker. I mean, if you want those tree trunks to be darker, don't hesitate, you know. A little bit of red in them to make them match the painting if you want. Or you can go in with black altogether if you wish. Don't forget that those tree trunks go all the way through the tree. Maybe put couple little indicators of branches and whatnot there. Not a lot though, because they're very distant, so you're not going to see a lot. Okay, now our path, our little pathway. I feel like that's too wet. I'm going to take the yellow. Our little ruts of the road like that. That. Maybe just a touch more of like a brown, like a sandy brown. Sweet and simple. Don't get too carried away. Alright, where's my green? That sap green. Come in here. I'm coming down here. And we're just going to dab. We're just going to dab and make it look like this hill is over the top of this hill, and the roadway is on this side of it. Kind of like that. Like that. Yeah, that's more in the foreground. I want a little bit of shadowing underneath our trees. there. Good. And then maybe our green gold again, and just have green in it, and glaze. Too dark, too dark, I can tell already. Just do a little skim of color through there on that side, and then another little glaze there. Maybe there's trees in the distance back there. Yeah, I feel like that gives it some interest. I dig that. All kinds of stuff happening. There. Alright, there we go. Let's take our tape off and see what we got. Oops. Like that. Oh, pretty. So there we go. There's our painting for Belle. Little church on the top of a hill out in the countryside. I just thought it was a cute, quaint kind of idea. I do have pencil lines from my drawing, but that's okay. You can always take a kneaded eraser if you want, or one of your little other erasers, and try and pick it up. If it won't pick up, you can always go over it with white gouache and make it look white if it bothers you too much. There we go. There we go. And also, if it isn't feeling the way you want, you can always go in with colored pencil. This is a watercolor pencil, the one I used to draw it with. Maybe for the windows, we can darken some of those up a little bit. That doorway and the step. I mean, you can play with it for a while if you want to. Well, there we go. That's our painting for today. I hope you guys enjoyed it, and don't forget to like and subscribe and stick around for more. And I will see you all in the next video. Bye.